I do want to address the elephant in the room real quick. Who saw me on America's Got Talent? Really? No one. I guess I'm gonna have to I'm sorry guys, wrong show, America's Most Wanted. Makes sense with the space, right? I was just up in Louisville doing some shows, and I gotta say, they got some of the best food I've ever had, but the names of the food, guys, not so great. Their most famous dish is called the hot brown. I wasn't sure if that was gonna be like a bathroom disaster or like a polite racial slur. I just wasn't sure on that one. I was talking to my mom before I came here, and she reminded me how bad she is with technology, which is why I'm a firm believer that there should be Fisher-Price style educational toys for the elderly. You know, like grandma's first self-checkout. Hey Mima, let's set up that Alexa. Oh great, Pop got a router. I just think it'd be great to have our Sundays back, right? But when I was talking to my mom, she was letting me know that she just had a procedure done where they replaced her esophagus with a piece of her small intestine. So she used to talk shit. I guess now she eats it, I don't know. I am happy to announce to everybody here that I have finally deleted my Tinder. Must be a Grindr town, cool. It's not that great. I've been dating my girlfriend for 3 years, so thought it was about time, right? But Tinder's weird, you know? When I was on there, it just seemed to be a bunch of people looking for friends. And while platonic friendship's great and all, you don't go to an orgy looking to adopt a dog. Now, I'm not saying that you're not gonna find him there, but after it hits you with that dead-eyed stare, I don't think that's the one you're gonna bring home. I also used to see a lot of fake profiles on there. They would say things like, I'm never on here, so add me on Snapchat. Gutter slut 420 69 69. Yeah, that's obviously fake, right? Some sort of scam, right? Or a catfishing operation. Guys, I'm asking you. I'm genuinely curious. Think I'm in love with gutter sluts. I was fortunate when I was on the apps, though. I did get to match with somebody. So, of course, I sent her a dick pic. As one does. But I used my niece's Barbie as a size comparison. Yeah, don't do that. Because she immediately texted me back, oh, I get it, shrimp on the Barbie. That joke was for Jason, everybody. What I'm getting at with all this, though, is that dating is hard. You know, back in the day, you used to just marry the first person you saw so you could build an army of ranch hands, right? And I think the church is trying to go back to that, and that's why they created promise rings, which are essentially cattle tags in the weirdest form of dibs I've ever seen. Also, in today's sex-forward culture, what's the promise? Only butt stuff? How is this a thing that Christian girls believe? That God's up there just all right now, no premarital sex. But if you have an urge, you do got a butt. Until he looks over at the gay guy, except for you. No gay stuff. That's a pro-gay joke, guys, it's okay. I think the church should just do away with all the rules and have their own brand of condoms. You know, you could call them the Lord's protection. That's fun. On the side of the condom, you could have written, he has risen. Seems like a great way to get Jesus up in ya. But most importantly, we know what it's like to have God in the room with us. Because as the book of Matthew says, if just two come in my name, I will be present. Guys, that's a real Bible quote. All right, now that we're all nice and filled with the Holy Spirit, I do want to take this time to let everyone here know that I was prom king of my high school. Thank you. I do prefer bows. Nah, it wasn't that cool. I grew up in a very small rural farming community. It was down to me and a pig. And guys, it was close. And when you grow up like that, art isn't really valued. I once drew this picture for my mom, and she told me to quit being gay and get back out in the field. Now, in her defense, it was a picture of me blowing James Vanderbeek. So what are you gonna do? I can't say it was all bad though. This one time, me and my friends, we found this half-buried thong down by the river. It was black, lacy, probably evidence to a crime scene. And instead of reporting it, we decided to take turns wearing it and showing it off to each other. Yeah. Boys will be boys, right? And I should have put it back so some other kids could have this magical experience. But instead I decided to keep it because it instilled a level of confidence in me I'd never experienced before. I wore it on prom, guys. I'm pretty sure it's why I beat the pig. Plus, matched my dates, twinsies. But my girlfriend found it recently, and she thought I was cheating on her. So I had to explain, no, babe. It's from when I was a little boy. Yes, I too now know that was the wrong answer. When you grow up in a small town like that, you also tend to grow up pretty poor. Is that a clap break? I'm not sure. You grow up pretty poor. I once broke my arm just because the hospital had free cable. You guys know that level of poor? When my mom dies, the only thing I'm going to inherit is her Costco membership. You guys understand what I'm saying here? Guys, I used to walk to the park to take a dump because the toilet paper was nicer. Do you understand me? The biggest piece of evidence, though, to how poor we were was my grandma used to buy all of our Christmas gifts with Marble Miles. Yeah. Used to be able to trade in your packs of cigarettes for outdoor adventuring gear. And I'm just glad to know that she killed herself so me and my cousin could beat the shit out of each other with cast iron skillets. Speaking of my grandma, R.I.P., super cool lady. She used to bring us to the pool a lot when we were kids, but she would never go in with us. She would just park next to the pool, in the road, and just chain smoke cigarettes. All while reading these steamy romance novels and just sucking down her oxygen tank. I don't know how much reading she actually got done since she spent that entire time just screaming at us. If you gave her a whistle, well, honestly, if you gave her a whistle, she'd be a pretty good lifeguard. Because she could, share the oxygen. Yeah. But we had to look like the whitest of trash pulling up. We'd open the door and just a mountain of cigarettes would erupt to the concrete. Just preceding 11 sweaty 12-year-olds, just acting like sailors returning from a long voyage. It was a real Midwest clown car situation. And then you got this 40-year-old, 90-year-old looking woman just screaming at us at the top of her lungs. She's telling me to stop splashing my cousin, stop pretending like I'm drowning so the lifeguard has to save me. Guys, that's real. My grandma told a lifeguard I was faking it. Way to cock block me again, Grandma. I've been really into conspiracy theories lately. My favorite one right now is about Chance the Rapper. And do we know who Chance is? Okay, cool, Chicago guy. So I guess he's gained like 200 pounds recently. Yeah. And no one knows if he's gonna perform again because of it. So all I know is there'll be a fat chance if he does. Oh, okay. Pun crowd, all right. Do you think that if McDonald's ever got into the weed game, they would also sell that quarter pounder with cheese? Food for thought. I did a show recently where I was heckled by a math teacher in a backwards hat, which was crazy because I'd never met in algebra before. Buckle in, guys, it's more. I learned later that he's a geometry teacher. What a square, right? I did tell him to go home and choke on pie. Diminishing returns on the puns, noted. Carol always do them. So I'm looking for a new day job right now. Mine's just not interesting enough. I work at this school and, I got to watch my boss get walked out the other day. That was pretty interesting. Turns out he was having these inappropriate relationships with the students, which put a lot of our conversations into context. He used to brag that when he went to Arkansas State, he had 7 minors. Yeah, and he wasn't a smart man. Pretty sure he majored in cringe. Guys, relax. That joke killed at the PTA meeting. It's okay. I'm a huge nerd. Do we have other nerds out there tonight? All right, we got a couple virgins in the audience. That's nice. My nerdom started in high school when I was tricked into reading Lord of the Rings because my teacher said I reminded her of Gollum. I guess I was her precious. I don't know. But I am thankful because that did turn into my serious love of Dungeons and Dragons. And then I started LARPing. Yeah. For those of you guys who don't know, LARPing stands for live action roleplay. It's the people that wear the elf ears, that fight with the swords. It's essentially D&D for nerds who can afford their insulin. I had to quit playing though, guys, because I ended up shitting my costume from taking too much Adderall. That's relatable, right? I'm sorry, I forget we're in Appleton. Let me rephrase that. I shit my pants from taking too much meth. That's the first time the second part hasn't done better than the first. Congratulations. We're in Adderall town. I love it. But I really do come from a very serious family of addicts. The type of people who would sell half a bottle of shampoo on Facebook Marketplace. I think we know the ones. And if you didn't laugh, you are that person. But so, I don't know if you can see this, but I have this tattoo here on my arm. And my aunt got it for me when I joined the Army. And it cost exactly 25 Percocets. I think it looks pretty good for 25 Percocets. Given that the guy who did it was probably dozing off on said Percocets. But as I just said, I am a veteran. That's right, you better support the troops. Can I get dark with you guys? Yeah. Okay, so I'm a veteran, and I usually don't like to tell people that because it always elicits inappropriate questions. People always ask me if I've ever killed anybody, which is a really shitty question. Never ask a veteran that. But I like to answer it with, I don't have any confirmed kills, but I did throw a lot of grenades into orphanages. Relax, I threw it underhand. Not a monster, come on. I just had a very serious life event happen, everybody. I adopted a cat. Thank you. For the dog people, I adopted a dog. Whatever makes this work. But I'm starting to do the thing that I see a lot of pet owners do, which is where they viciously bully their animals. I can see the confusion in your faces. You know how many times I've heard somebody go, "Who's got a stinky little butt?" Sir, how would you feel if I told you that you have a stinky little butt? What's that? You probably do? Hey, at least you admit it, man. You're kind of hurting everyone around you. I just want you to know that. No, but I would feel good if someone said that to me. I've also heard things like, "What a little chunkers." If someone called me a little chunkers, I might become an incel. I don't know. But if an overweight person came up to me and was like, "Hey, this is me," I'd go, "Yeah, you look fantastic," not, "Who's the little fat boy?" As I jiggled their love handles. Just seems rude. I don't know. I'm going to take this time to let everyone here know that I am selling some merch after the show. If you buy any merch from either me or Jason, you'll get 2 free tickets to a comedy show in the future, so make sure to capitalize on that. But I'm selling some stickers. I have my grandma on Christmas, and I got the prom pig. You probably can't see this. And then these are pay what you want, and then I have these shirts here. James Vanderbeek is my hall pass. Shirts are $20, and you'll get the stickers with those too. But for being such a fantastic audience, these are for you, sir. You owe me $5 after the show. All right, so. Hello. Well, so, in that last story I was talking about, being a veteran, it probably comes as no surprise, but I am a survivor of IBS. And if you've never had the pleasure, it's like my mouth writes checks that my ass can't cash. And guys, I can't afford to keep bouncing these checks. It's gotten to the point now where I'll walk into the bathroom and I'll see that my kid forgot to flush, and I can't even be mad because I'm just jealous at how healthy his stool looks. That might be a little too gross, that's okay. So I'm a little personal with you guys. I come from a mostly white family, but I do have a Hispanic dad. His name is Miguel Rodriguez, and he left when I was born because I was too white. Usually I get awes there, guys, that's okay. But I can't say that I blame him. If you're expecting Pedro and you get Napoleon Dynamite, something ain't adding up in that equation. And growing up, I just had all these I had all these questions, what part of Mexico am I from? How Hispanic am I? So I got one of those DNA tests. And guys, turns out, not at all. Not even a little bit. 100% colonizer. What's really messed up about that is I put Latino on a lot of job applications. Yeah, I got a grant for college because of it. Someone's living their privilege. You guys want to know what my real dad's name is? No? I'm going to say it anyways. Eric Anderson. Might as well be Whitey Whiterson. And the thing with growing up with a absent Hispanic dad is that you never